I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you how to make a mimosa cake. Mimosa as in the flower, not as in the drink. March 8th is International Women's Day, and in Italy, we celebrate with bouquets of mimosa flowers. So this cake is to resemble that flower, which I'll explain in just a little bit, but it's really delicious. It's just phenomenal for spring, for Easter, for Mother's Day. I love it. So let's get started. I've got my oven preheated to 350, and we're gonna make a pan di spagna, a very easy Italian sponge cake. You need whole eggs and egg yolks to a large bowl, and you're going to add some sugar. There's no butter, there's no oil, there's no milk. You're going to get all of your volume from this. So you're going to whisk this using a handheld electric whisk until it like triples its volume. And then in here, I've got all-purpose flour, cornstarch, and salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this. I told you the oven's preheated, right? I think so. And then I also have a 9 by 13 inch pan that I have greased and lined with parchment. Traditionally, you make this in a round cake and you stack the layers, but you know me, I cannot stand round cakes. I don't like to make them and I don't like to serve them because they're sort of a pain to cut and serve. So I make it a 9 by 13. I'm gonna do this and I'll show you the next step. That is what you're looking for. It is tripled in volume. The color of the mimosa cake is a lovely, like a mellow yellow color, which comes from the quality of eggs that you're using, and you're using a lot of eggs to make this sponge. So it's gonna be just lovely. I like to just go ahead and sift my dry ingredients because I want this to be really lovely and smooth. And then you just sort of fold in the dry ingredients carefully because you don't want to lose the volume that you worked so hard to create. And that's pretty much it for the sponge. It's really simple and really easy, but we're going to douse it in a limoncello syrup and a custard, and it's just gonna be fabulous. All right, this is gonna go into your preheated oven for about half an hour until it's fully cooked through, and then we're gonna move on to the custard. All right, while the cake is cooling, we're gonna make the custard. You can make the custard before the cake. It doesn't matter because the cake needs to be completely cooled before you move forward, and the custard is gonna get like chilled. I'm actually gonna chill it in the freezer so it gets done really fast. In a saucepan, I've got some whole milk. I'm going to add a couple strips of lemon. I don't zest it because I'm gonna, strain it all out. And I'm going to bring that to a simmer. In the meantime, in a large bowl, I'm going to take egg yolks, and I'm going to take flour, sugar with a pinch of salt, and a little vanilla extract. And I'm going to use my handheld electric whisk to make sure it's really whisked. And at first, it's gonna feel like it's too thick and it's never going to come together, but it does. You just need to be patient. So go ahead and do that while the milk comes to a simmer. I can see little bubbles forming around the edge. I'm going to add a little bit of the milk to my egg yolk mixture. I told you that it would come together. You just have to be patient, a little bit at a time. What we're doing right now is we are tempering the egg yolks so that when we add the custard to the pan, then you're not gonna get scrambled eggs. You don't need to add all of it, just most of it. Opposite way, bro. And now we're gonna just take this aside. Taking my custard that's now tempered. We're going to strain it in the end anyway, so don't panic. And now you're just going to cook this in a simmer until it thickens, and it will thicken a lot. So just don't go anywhere, don't take any calls, nothing like that. Once it has thickened, I'm gonna strain it through a fine sieve, cover it with cling film, and then just pop it in the fridge until it's completely cooled, and then I will show you how to pull the whole thing together. All right, so let's talk what we've got going on here. I've got a sous chef. Say, I'm very busy. Say, I am very busy. Too busy to talk? That's fine. Show them your apron. It's a Christmas apron with a bear. Anyway, my cake baked for 30 minutes, let it cool completely, then I inverted it, and what I did was I cut it into 2 even layers, and then I took the middle.
The cream.
That's right. And then I took a very thin middle layer because I want all these yellow when I go to decorate it. and setting that aside. Now, this is the top layer, right? You want to put that upside down in a serving dish or whatever. And now this is a little bit of a limoncello that I have mixed with some water.
Do it.
You're gonna do it to this one. That I've mixed with some water because you need a syrup to soak the cake. Now, if you don't want to do limoncello, which is a lemon liqueur, you can do just a simple syrup of sugar and water and a squeeze of orange juice or a squeeze of fresh lemon, and that would work fine. I like it with limoncello. I like the booziness of it. I wouldn't suggest you give it to kids, but it's delicious. But there are alternatives. Of course, you just want to make sure that that's pretty nicely soaked. And we're going to do the same thing to this layer, which is going to be the second layer. Hey, careful with that. I've got some stiff whipped cream here. I'm going to take about a third of it or so, and I'm going to add that to the custard that we made earlier. That was just sitting in the fridge, and it's cold, and it's perfect. Take that, and you're going to take about half of this custard mixture. Now, do not mind the fact that my cake layers are just not very straight. We all know that I cannot cut anything perfect, so man, that is not nice. Then you take your second layer, you're gonna plop that right on top. Remember, this one's boozy. And don't worry if it's lopsided, you won't see it because we're gonna decorate it and you won't see it. So you're gonna take this custard. Remember, this top had the limoncello mixture as well.
I see it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good, right? How's that look?
Good.
Does it look so nice?
Yeah.
Wow.
Be quiet.
Oh, I'll be quiet and I'll do this. Sorry. How dare I?
So much fun.
It's so much fun. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it's so much fun. Are we being quiet enough for you? Yeah. I see the green. You just take the cream. I'm going to put that in a piping bag, fit it with just like a start tip so that this is ready for me. Are we going to make little florets?
Yeah.
Now this is where the mimosa part comes in, okay? We're going to do it together, okay? We just have to let it sit right here for 1 second.
Why?
Because it has to sit. Now you take this, the little middle layer that we cut, and this is where the mimosa part comes in.
Do it.
Yeah? You just sort of pinch and crumble little pieces because this is meant to resemble the mimosa flower. And I have some pretty yellow flowers that I'm going to decorate this with, which I'll show you. They're not mimosas. I couldn't find mimosas, but it's going to be really pretty, and wait until just you see how pretty it's going to look. So I'm going to continue to do this. You want to do this to the whole top of the cake. Just crumble the cake here. You can also just pop this into a food processor to crumble it, but
I want to do it.
you want to do it with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Once your quote-unquote mimosas are on the cake, all right, let me just do it right here because you can't reach. I just take the remaining whipped cream and then I just sort of, I know baby, but you can't reach, honey. Boogie.
Mama.
Yes.
Too close.
Okay. All right, you just pipe little rosettes all around. Excuse me, sweetheart. All around, and then if you want to, you can do more. I only typically do the border, and then I take yellow flowers. Whatever yellow flowers your heart desires. You could do a stripe of icing, or whipped cream, I should say, in the very front if you want to cover anything up. I don't really care. You know that about me. It's not that big of a deal.
This way.
You want to do it that way too?
Yeah.
But if you want to cover any imperfection, it's a good way to do it with just some whipped cream right here. I like yellow flowers. Again, should be mimosas, but I don't got mimosas. So,
I do it.
all right, go ahead and squeeze. Life of a 3-year-old. Wow, it's so pretty. Let's do it over here. Last little border on the edge. Oh, okay. Okie dokie. And then you take your yellow flowers, which again, totally optional. Don't eat the flowers. Flowers are clean. But how cheerful. Yes, honey. The theme of everything in life lately is I want to do it. Who can relate? Who can relate? Say, life of a 3-year-old. Can you say that?
No.
Why not?
I'll keep making cake.
You like this cake?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do more flowers all around. They will look
I
obnoxious,
want
but
to
it'll be
do
so
it.
pretty. Here, put a little flower in there. Wow. Beautiful. Very pretty, very cheerful, perfect for International Women's Day, like I said, Mother's Day, spring in general, whatever your heart desires. This does have to go in the fridge for a while. A good 3 to 4 hours minimum, or you can do it overnight. I'm going to pop it in the fridge for just a few hours, and then we're going to serve and eat. Ready? She's like half dazed out. Do you need a nap?
I want the bread.
It's cake, not bread. All right, my cake was setting for a few hours in the fridge, and I do have to apologize. When I've got sous chef here, we love her. I know we do. It makes my job really difficult. In an ordinary setting, you know, when we cook together, it's lovely and we have fun, and I don't care how things come out, and if it gets messy, who cares? Nothing I can't clean, right? But when I'm trying to show something to you and I'm trying to be it's just hard, you know? So if my decorating skills are worse than usual, it's because it was very difficult to get the job done. But my cake was setting in the fridge for a few hours. It is gorgeous. You can see where the limoncello has sort of soaked through the sponge, the pan di Spagna. It is beautiful. I mean, look in here. My layers might not be perfection, but it's beautiful, right? Look how golden and pretty that is. Just gotta love it. We'll get better. I'll talk to my sous chef about being more patient. Okay. That tastes like heaven. This tastes like any cake, dessert that you get in a traditional bar in Naples, in Italy, or even near Amalfi, that is laced with limoncello. That is what this tastes like. It is absolute heaven in every way, shape, or form. I cannot wait to make this for my Nonna and my aunt. It's just phenomenal. You'll love it. Perfect for Women's Day, perfect for any day, perfect for any holiday coming up. It's a layer of sunshine, okay? A layer of sunshine. LauraInthekitchen.com for the written recipe. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.